the time has come, the walrus said.
Oh, little twinkles. Game Freak presents. That's right, everyone. While everyone's out there playing Gen 9 and the remakes of this game, and literally just about anything else, I'm here playing Pokemon Pearl. The original version. Yeah, it's kind of a weird Let's Play to do now of all times, but I wanted to do it nonetheless. And this is the entrance in the Nintendo DS, and it is the first DS game I'm playing on the channel, so I don't know how the hell I'm gonna handle the dual screen system, actually. I'm sure future jockeys got it, right? Well, anyway, Pokemon Pearl here, Generation 4. Of course, there's a lot of, like, Pokemon content between Gens 3 and 4, just like there was for Gens 2 and 3, or 1 and 2. But I wanted to focus on the mainline games, because I'm not currently playing any RPGs on the channel, aside from Fire Emblem, which is, of course, like a big year-long project. So, I wanted to get something going, you know? We've been doing a lot of platformers as of late. In fact, platformers are really the only series I've done the whole year. Well, anyway, hello there, it's so very nice to meet you. Welcome to the world of Pokemon. Ah, yes, here we have our new professor. My name is Rowan, however, everyone just calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before I go any further, is this your first adventure? If you need advice, I'm certainly capable of giving it. I don't need any info. This world is widely inhabited by creatures known as Pokemon. That's info you're giving me. Here I have a Pokeball. Touch the button on the middle of the Pokeball if you please. So yeah, this game has DS controls, which on my emulator is just my mouse. There we go. We humans live alongside Pokemon as friends. At times we play together, at other times we work together. Some people use their Pokemon to battle and develop closer bonds with them. What do? I conduct research so that we may learn more about Pokemon. Now, why don't you go tell me a little more about yourself? Uh-huh. Are you a boy or a girl? I'm a man. Alright, so you're a boy? No, I'm a man. So standard Pokemon affair, we gotta tell them our name, we can use our mouse controller here, although normally this is the stylus on the DS. I guess the first DS game I played on the channel, I should kind of introduce the concept. Basically, Nintendo had been releasing handheld systems from the Game Boy, the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance, the Game Boy Advance SP. You know, they'd had this whole thing going for a while now. And they decided to kick things up with the Nintendo DS, which stands for dual screen, in that there's two screens that you kind of fold out from one another, kind of like an old Game & Watch system. And so bada bing bada boom, you get yourselves the original DS, which was also backwards compatible with the Game Boy Advance, so hey, that's pretty nice. And it means, while there had been a bit of separation between Gen 2 and 3 for your Pokemon, all of your Gen 3 Pokemon can be transferred up to Gen 4. So hey, that's nice. Yeah, that's my name, Professor Rowan. Your name is Jockey, yes. Okay, so you're Jockey, a fine name that is. Now, this boy here, I believe he's your friend. What might his name be? I like how they put the exclamation point next to new name. Because Clint, Ralph, Lewis, and Tommy are all pretty lame, let's be honest. This guy's got an actual name that I can't remember. Pen 15. Yeah, I'm sorry, I got no respect for this rival. That's your friend's name? Sure it is. Alright, Jockey, the time has come. Oh, he said the thing. Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. On your journey, you will meet countless Pokemon and people. I'm sure that along the way, you will discover many things. Perhaps even something about yourself. Ooh. Deep diving into our personal psyche now. What is this? This is supposed to be a Pokemon game, not therapy. Now go on, leap into the world of Pokemon. And of course, we're shrunk down into the world itself. Although, instead of transitioning to us in our bedroom, we have a news report. Despite the exploration team's best efforts, however, the rare, oddly colored Pokemon eluded detection. The rumored Red Gyarados failed to appear, even fleetingly to the crestfallen team. We've seen a Red Gyarados before. See you next week, same time, same channel, yeah. Same bat time, same bat channel, all that stuff. Here we are! The X button opens the menu. Yes, I suppose. Key item in the bag can be assigned as a button for... Oh, okay, I pressed the wrong button. So here's the thing, we're on the Nintendo DS now, we have 4 face buttons, Super Nintendo style. In fact, you can kind of see a DS there, what it looks like, although I may have showed an image earlier, I don't know. But I mean, that's like classic RPG stuff going back to like Final Fantasy IV, where you open the menu with the top button. Hello there! Oh, our mom has to greet us on our way out. Jockey, Pen 15 came calling for you a while ago. I don't know what it was about, but he said it was an emergency. Uh-huh. So Gen 4 is... I have a love-hate relationship with Generation 4. Oh. Oh yes, Jockey. Don't go into the tall grass, wild Pokemon might attack you. It would be okay if you had your own Pokemon, but you don't, so... I hate when people end sentences with so. Like, so? So what? You finish your damn sentence. Anyway, Twin Leaf Town, fresh and free, yeah. You'll notice we're moving around very slowly. Hi.
What was that about? Oh, hey, Jockey, I'm going to the lake. You come too and be quick about it. Okay, Jockey? I'm fining you $1 million if you're late. Ah, oh, jeez, forgot something.
In that case, I guess we'll go after you. Hi. Oh, hi, Jockey. Are you looking for Pen 15? He was gone for a second and they came running back home. You just can't sit still, that boy. I wonder who he takes it after. Uh-oh. I'm not a bad influence, am I? Well, let's go up and greet the guy. I'd better take my bag and journal, too. Oh, hey, Jockey, we're going to the lake. I'll be waiting on the road, so it's a $10 million fine if you're late. He's just insufferable. I can't stand this guy. It's not like Gen 1 rival where you love to hate him because he's strong, determined opponent, you know? He's just annoying. He's the Jar Jar of Pokemon in my mind. I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit harsh.
Hey, you saw that news report that was on the TV, right? You know, search for the red Gyarados, the mysterious appearance of the furious Pokemon on a lake?
That show got me thinking. I don't know why I'm talking like the kid from Polar Express. I'm kind of imagining that voice for him now. It fits oddly well.
I bet our local lake has a Pokemon like that on it too. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go find a Pokemon like that.
Alright, he's following behind us now. What the hell is his actual name again? I don't know. He has that same attitude that that kid from Polar Express does, where he's just like, he goes around acting like he knows what he's doing, but he's just annoying in everything he does.
Alright, to the lake. Let's find us that red Gyarados.
Oh, the music. Okay, I'm immediately reminded of GameKind's channel because that's the outro for his videos. Which, didn't I make that outro for him? I'm trying to remember if I made that outro. So I edit a lot of GameKind's videos, including like that intro he uses and like the thumbnails and all that jazz. I think I made this his outro song as well. In something. Anyway.
What's going on?
Oh, the professor we saw is out there.
Professor, there isn't anything out of the ordinary on the other side either.
I may have been mistaken. Something appears to be different than it was before, but fine. It's enough that we have seen the lake. Dawn, we're leaving.
How are you enjoying being back in Sinnoh? After being away for 4 years, it must be exciting again.
There is one thing I can say. There are many rare kinds of Pokemon in Sinnoh. The region should serve us very well in regard to our studies. And off they go. Excuse me. Let us pass, please. Yes.
I beg your pardon, we'll be on our way.
Interesting.
What was that about? Those two... Huh? Jockey, let's go check this out. What's that? Don't go into tall grass. No problem, no problem. We won't be in there long enough for a wild Pokemon to come out.
You're just the worst, you know that?
It's a briefcase. Those people forgot it here. What are we supposed to do with it? We can't try to deliver it, but who are they? I heard them say Professor.
Oh, and surely enough, we're attacked by wild Pokemon.
Pokemon? What's going on?
Well, I guess we got no choice but to open up the case and...
Look, these are Pokeballs. Let's battle using these. Which one do you want then?
Well, in here we have the leafy Pokemon Turtwig, the chimp Pokemon Chimchar, and the penguin Pokemon Piplup. So in the previous Pokemon series, Gen 1 and 2, I picked the Fire Starter just because it was my favorite and went along with that. In Gen 3, I let my father pick the starter, and he named it after a particular music artist he liked, because that's another habit, is I always name them after musical artists, at least in the YouTube series here. And for this generation, I wanted to change things up. So yesterday, I posted a poll asking which one you guys would like to see, and looking at the results, at least as they are now, it's Piplup. Which is interesting, because I've never done a water starter in any of these YouTube series, so that'll be fun. Granted, it does kind of worry me I'm not picking Chimchar purely for fire-type reasons. Anyway, I still have to figure out exactly what team I'm going to be having for this whole series, but for now, we got Piplup. Whoa, a wild Starly's charging at us. Go Piplup! Alright, Piplup. Couldn't use Pound. Starting out with just a normal type move, I guess. I do like, in Gen 4 Hero, it starts out with just a pure battle. Like, they expect you to understand how the game works by now, or at least understand the basic fundamentals of RPGs and turn-based RPGs in general. You know, they get you right into the business. Kind of like Gen 3 did, I suppose. But there's really no aid right now. It's just us and this other guy I don't like. Yeah, I really don't remember his name, I'm being honest. I mean, I'm kind of inexperienced when it comes to Generation 4. I've only beaten... Pearl version here, which is the version we're playing between Diamond and Pearl, one time, and Platinum version one time, which is like the third version, kind of like how Gold and Silver had Crystal version as a third one, and Ruby and Sapphire had Emerald as a third one. Gen 4 would follow suit, and it would be the last one to really do so, actually, now that I think about it. But Platinum would make a lot of improvements we'll cover in possibly an extra part, we'll see.
Your Piplup totally rocked, but my Turtwig is way tougher than yours. They were other people's Pokemon, though, but we had to use them. They won't mind, will they?
Hi?
Oh, there's the briefcase. The professor would have been furious if I had lost it.
Neither of us gonna say anything?
Huh? Oh no. Did you use the Pokemon in here? You did. Oh my gosh, what's the professor going to say? This is not good. I'll take the briefcase for now.
You're not gonna take the Pokemon, though?
What was that about? I don't know what's going on, Jockey. Let's get out of here. My Pokemon got hurt from that battle. If we get attacked by another Pokemon, we may be in trouble.
So now he's just kind of leading us out of here.
You go ahead. I know we have to return these Pokemon. They're not ours, but I wanted to spend a little more time with this little guy.
So he's following us behind. So, we've gotten ourselves in quite the pickle, haven't we? I mean, We're kind of more of a troublemaker than anything. It's not like the professor chose us to come take a Pokemon.
Hey, it's those people. Is that old guy staring at us?
Well, yeah, we did take his Pokemon. I heard from Dawn that you used our Pokemon. Let me see them, please. Piplup and Turtwig. I see. That's how it is. Dawn, I'm going back to my lab.
Yes, Professor. Please wait for me. I think you should visit our lab later. See ya. What was all that craziness about? I mean, if he was angry, he could have just yelled at us or whatever. And he didn't want their Pokemon back? Jockey, we should go home too.
Alright, and just to fade to black, they don't have to walk all the way back. Because frankly, it would take a while. I'll cover that later on. Hey, Mom.
What's up, dear? Wow, I can't believe that happened to you. Am I ever glad that both you and Pen 15 are unharmed. The professor you mentioned is most likely Professor Rowan of Sandgem Town. I've heard that he's well known for his studies of Pokemon. I hear he's also quite intimidating. Intimidating, that's all. Jockey, I think you need to visit him in Sandgem Town. You need to properly explain why you had no choice but to use his Pokemon. Don't worry, I'm sure he'll understand. Yeah, the motherly thing. Go apologize. I know, put these on. Received a pair of running shoes, thank you. It's always good to get those as soon as possible. Going to Sandgem Town is like an adventure in itself, right? With those running shoes you can get to faraway places much faster. Let me read the instructions. Press the B button and dash about faster than ever before. Put on the running shoes and blaze new trails of adventure. Well, isn't that just nifty? I just think they're neat. Alright, so now it can run, and frankly, this should have been the default walking speed, because who would ever move around like this? Oh my god, look at that. It should not take a full second to cross this sign, but it does. Well, anyway, we're off on our adventure now. We can already check... Oh, whoops. We can already check our Pokemon bag. There's our little Piplup. Too bad we couldn't nickname him just yet. Torrent powers up water-type moves in a pinch. Too bad we don't have any water-type moves yet. But yeah, we're off on our adventure just like that. Ooh, we got an encounter here. Oh, it's a Bidoof. Alright. So Gen 3 had kind of reinvented the wheel when it came to Gen 1 and 2. You know, where Gen 2 was mostly comprised of evolutions on older Pokemon, looking at the whole Pokedex, and not many other new additions, but maybe a few here and there. Gen 3 was kind of taken as a clean slate to do mostly new stuff with only a couple of baby Pokemons as exceptions. Gen 4 here takes an interesting kind of middle ground with that, where it introduces a ton of new Pokemon that fill a lot of the roles of older Pokemon, like Bidoof here kind of acts like your typical Route 1 Rattata, or Starly, the Pokemon we fought before, acts like your typical Route 1 Pidgey, but it also has some evolutions on old classics, which, just like in my Gen 2 playthrough, there is one I want to use in particular. Pardon me, sir. Oh, do you have anything important to say? Wild Pokemon lurk in tall grass. They can come out bursting at any time, so if you're wanting to battle wild Pokemon, just walk in tall grass. If you want to avoid wild Pokemon, then stay out of the tall grass. Yeah, and of course we have the ledges here like we've had in previous generations, acting as kind of shortcuts, but also one-way doors. Bidoof is very popular in the fan base. I know a lot of people would want me to use Bidoof. Maybe I should. Tell you what, I've decided on a couple of Pokemon I know for sure I want to have on my team. There's a few spots on my team I'm not sure what I want to use, though. I'm also releasing this as kind of a one-off recording that'll come out, so if you want me to use Bidoof, comment below now and let me know. Or if you want me to use Starly as well, because I didn't have either of them in mind, but frankly, they could be pretty darn useful, even though they're pretty early on here. Some of my teams in previous playthroughs have been pretty wild. Like, if you think back to Gen 2, I had to get a Xatu as my flyer, which is a whole ordeal on its own, working with the Runes of Alpha and everything. Oh, there you are. Please come with me. The professor is waiting. This is it, our Pokemon research lab. Let's go. What the? Oh, it's you, Jockey. That old guy, he's not so scary so much as he is totally out there. It doesn't matter. I'm out of here, Jockey. See you later. Wow, what was that? Your friend sure seems to be really impatient. Well, anyway, let's go inside. Oh, that's just one of the words you could use to describe him. Oh, here's the professor. Finally, you've come. Jockey, was it? Let me see our Pokemon again. I see. This Pokemon seems to be rather happy. Alrighty then. I'll give that Piplup to you as a gift. Now that it's yours, would you like to give it a nickname? I would. This is a penguin Pokemon after all, surprisingly the first penguin Pokemon there is. We're naming this little Pokemon here Cleve, short for Cleveland, after Cleveland Duncan of the Penguins.
Earth Angel, Earth Angel. Wow.
Okay, I see. And you're happy with that nickname? Your friend Pen 15 told me what happened at the lake. I heard you battled very well, despite it being your first time. And from what I can see, there's a growing bond between you and that Pokemon, though it's still young. That's why I'd like to entrust you with this Piplup. His name's Cleve. I'm so glad that you're kind toward Pokemon. If you weren't, I'd have to... Oh, I just can't say it. Whoa! Dawn, you were gonna, like, murder us? What's the deal there? Why did the music reset? Let's move on to the main topic, okay? There's something I want you to do for me. My name is Rowan. I study Pokemon. First of all, I want to know exactly what kinds of Pokemon live in the Sinnoh region. To do so, it's necessary to collect data using the Pokedex. That's what I wish to ask of you. I want to entrust you with this Pokedex. Will you use it to record data on all the Pokemon in Sinnoh for me? Sure. Good answer. So yeah, instead of being the chosen boy who lives in the same town as a professor and knows his grandson, or having some kind of higher purpose like that, we're a kind of nobody who's dragged into this by his idiot friend. That Pokedex is a very high-tech device. It will automatically record data on every kind of Pokemon you encounter. Jockey, I ask that you go everywhere and meet every kind of Pokemon in this region. I've got one too! When you walked up to Route 201 with your Pokemon, what did you feel? I've lived for 60 long years. Even now I get a thrill when I'm with a Pokemon. Ow, you should know that there are countless Pokemon in this world. That means there are just as many thrills waiting for you out there. Now go! Jockey, your grand adventure begins right now.
The Pokemon that I used for the first time was a Chimchar. If you would have chosen a Chimchar at the lake, we'd have the same Pokemon now. Not that it matters, but anyways, I'm Dawn. I also helped the professor add pages to the Pokedex. So in a sense, I'm just like you. I just got a little head start on you, that's all.
Just like in Generation 3, where depending on if you were a boy or a girl, it would change who the professor's child was, and therefore who your kind of rival was, in addition to the other rival who didn't have as much of a presence as like Blue or Silver did in the original games. Gen 3 and 4 is a weird era of rivals, where not only is it just the opposite gender counterpart, but also some other rival who doesn't come across as much of a rival, as much as they do a friend slash, in this case, a dumbass. In the last game's case, kind of a loser. But at least Wally had some growth. Maybe it'll be the same for the whole Pen 15 here.
I'll be happy to teach you things. Glad to meet you, Jockey.
So with that, we're off. Oh, good thing I can use the running shoes indoors. Oh, you're really happy to teach us things. In fact, you're approaching us right as we leave the door.
I'll act as your mentor. I've got a bit more experience than you as a trainer and as professor's assistant. Okay, follow me.
Okay, so Dawn's giving us that old town tour like that old man in Gen 2 did way back when. Red Roof is a Pokemon Center, nothing new there.
Got a Pokemon Center in most towns, yeah.
Blue Building's a Pokemart. There's really nothing new with this whole tour she's giving here, nothing important of note. And it's kind of weird how they throw you into your first battle without explaining anything. Because they expect you to know how Pokemon works by now, but they have to force you to get this whole explanation. Even though back in Gen 2, I believe talking with that old man was an optional thing you could do. In fact, I know it was optional because he would give you the town map, and I recall not doing that little tour with him and therefore not having the town map. But unfortunately, Gen 4 does have a lot of moments that hold your hand. Like, as we go up here, Dawn is going to explain how to catch Pokemon for us. Which, okay, how to catch Pokemon, that's in like every game up to this point. But again, surely we're past this by now. Well, I guess it's a new console. They want to have kind of a introductory bit after all. Oh wait, she doesn't even want us to teach us how to catch Pokemon yet. She wants us to first go back to our family and like say goodbye. Okay. The faster the better too. Yeah, we'll try. Here's the overall consensus I have with Gen 4. I remember liking a lot of the Pokemon, having fun with the adventure overall, but the thing is so damn slow. Something that was vastly improved with the third version, Platinum, which, to be honest, is the version I recommend you check out. Much beyond Diamond and Pearl here. Don't get me wrong, Diamond and Pearl have a lot of merit to them, and it deserves all the credit for making the engine that made games like Platinum and games like Heart Gold and Soul Silver so good. But it does kind of feel like a first outing, especially a first outing on the DS. I hear development wasn't exactly easy, and, you know, I feel for the developers in that way. And it makes me kind of upset that that's the kind of work cycle that every Pokemon game seems to be in these days. But regardless, you know, I still enjoy Gen 4 here, so even though it'll be a bit slower, just understand the series may be pretty damn long. I mean, it is an RPG as well.
Welcome home, Jockey. Are you and your Pokemon healthy? Take a quick rest.
Oh yeah, I suppose that's... couldn't hurt.
Wow, Professor Rowan asked you to do something that big. Okay, dear, go for it. Your mom's got your back. I've got something that I'll find useful.
We obtain the journal, okay. Put the journal in the key items packet.
That's the journal. It keeps a record of your daily events. Check it and you'll be able to remember what you did last.
I used to think this feature was useless. Like, what do I care? But I did find in a couple of instances where I would stop playing the game for a long time and come back to it, like, oh, I just want a quick reminder of exactly what I've done. I like that, actually. Especially since it's, you know, a handheld game, so you can always sometimes, like, put the DS on the shelf and then forget about it for a month.
Gee, a journey full of adventure. I envy you, kiddo. Plus, you're not alone. You have your Pokemon with you. I wish I could go instead. I'm just joking, dear. Yep, Jockey, I'll be all right by myself. So you go and enjoy your adventure. Where's the game where you play as the mom? When you're exposed to new things and experience new sensations, it makes your mother happy too. But come back sometimes. I like to see the kinds of Pokemon you've caught. Uh-huh. Oh, it's the other mother. Excuse me, is my little pen 15 here? Oh, no, he's not. Oh, then he must have left already. What to do? That boy shouted about going on an adventure, and then he bolted. He's so headstrong and reckless. I at least wanted him to take this. Not to worry, Jockey will deliver that to him. Won't you, Jockey? Yeah, what do we got here? Do that for me. Please take this to pen 15. Bye, Jockey. Enjoy your adventure. Let me think. Knowing my boy, he'd probably be head straight to Jubilife City. Okay, please take that to my pen 15. Alright. We have a bit of a destination. We've had our introductions. We've had our goodbyes. And we have our Pokemon. So with that, we're off.